This episode we are going to dedicate to one of my favorite franchises, Metal Gear Solid. Let's go through all 4 of them and then touch on 5 by the end of the show.
So 2 of us here, our favorite games of all time is one of the Metal Gear Solid games.
We'll get to yours later. Alright, Metal Gear Solid 1. PS1 game, 1998.
Episode 1.
Change the game.
I have a pretty memorable, at least for me, first encounter with Metal Gear Solid, the first one. I went to a friend's house and he had a collection of... he had a demo disc that used to come with PlayStation Magazine. And it
I
had,
remember those demo discs. Those were awesome.
Yeah, and it had demos for maybe Crash Bandicoot 2 or 3 at that point. A couple other things, Jet Moto, one of them. And this game, Metal Gear Solid, and I had no idea what that was. And I'm like, I'm going to check that out. And just right off the bat, I was playing something like nothing I'd ever seen before. I mean, there was credits like while you were playing. It was like a movie. But the game really changed once you got outside, and once they noticed that your footprints were there.
Huh? Whose footprints are these?
And then they start following them, and that you could knock on walls and they would come to you. Like, all this stuff blew my mind. I've never seen a video game with these kinds of mechanics before. And also the production value was through the roof, which is a staple of the franchise. It left a mark that I would never forget playing that demo. And that demo ends with the DARPA chief dying in his jail cell.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it? Dead.
Then it's like, buy the game. And I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah. My first time playing through Metal Gear Solid was over the summer on my brother's PS2, and it was one of the most memorable video games I've ever played. So that's my experience with Metal Gear.
I have a similar beginning with the first game.
Yeah.
I saw it in an issue of EGM because I had a subscription to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they were talking about just like cool things in the game that you could do, which one of them was like punching Meryl, getting inside the box, and then having the wolves pee on the box. I read more and more of the game, and I was like, alright, I'm going to try this out. It took me a while to get into it, but it was totally worth it.
So, the first time I played it was on a PSP.
What is this baby here?
The first PlayStation console I owned was a PS3. So, took me a little bit to get there. I actually played through the Metal Gear Solid games, I think as out of order as you possibly can.
You played them backwards, I think.
No, I played 4, 1, 3, 2. I don't exactly know how that affects my opinions of these games, but it's kind of a weird timeline.
At least you got the worst one out of the way first.
So, Metal Gear Solid 1, like, playing it then, like, I kind of just have to appreciate it instead of, like, I don't know, actually... not that I didn't enjoy it, but like it didn't have the effect on me that it had on Javi and Dylan when like you guys first played it. I kind of
I mean it had left its mark on the industry.
Yeah, like I live in a world where like it already existed, and then I go back to it. Would have been over a decade, maybe like a dozen years.
You grew up in the time where it was normal.
Yeah.
We grew up in the time where it was not normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I really like Metal Gear Solid 1. It kind of like swings back and forth with Metal Gear Solid 3. I think 3 is like clear-cut the better game in
I agree.
Most ways, but 1 it's like the way Metal Gear went, 1 is so like innocent and not entirely batshit crazy. It kind of like spouts nuclear policies and
mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
I understand, but Why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
Deterrence. And
Yeah.
like all this garbage that like when it all gets put together doesn't really matter in the end. But like Metal Gear Solid 1 had like amazing like memorable boss fights. I want to say that my favorite thing Kojima wrote in all of them is that conversation with Sniper Wolf after that boss fight. I really like that scene.
Because Sniper Wolf's the best character in the first game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Mei Ling used to have a horribly
be
racist accent.
I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake.
I forgot about that.
Was
Yeah.
it racist or like?
No, it's just she had a
she had a heavy
Chinese
Asian
accent.
Yeah.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Which she lost in the fourth game.
A U.S. military satellite disguised as orbital debris.
It's like just fucking weird that they changed that. So Kojima is no new thing for Kojima to change voice actors. Yeah, like for me, Metal Gear Solid 1 is special, but it's not the best.
I don't even think we didn't have internet when I was playing Metal Gear Solid, so I actually had to have the authentic revelation of what the fuck is the back of the CD case?
Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
Like, I was looking through all of my inventory. You know, I was looking for a CD case in the game, and I couldn't find it, and it was driving me crazy. I was stumped on that for like hours, and I had to turn the game off. And I remember just, you know, casually, like after dinner or something, I was just looking at the case for the game, and I'm like, wait maybe, no way. And I turned it around, and I'm like, and it has the frequency, and it has Snake just saying Meryl. Oh my god. And like moments like that, and then the Psycho Mantis reads your memory card, or he tells you to put the controller on the floor.
Put it down as flat as you can. That's good. Now I will move your controller by the power of my
For an impressionable mind, like that sequence is really spooky. Like, Psycho Mantis is a really creepy character, and him breaking the fourth wall and talking to you about the games you play, or making your controller, like, yeah, of course it was gimmicky. I'm gonna move the controller across the floor. It's cute, but like at the same time, if you let yourself get into it, yeah, it's really effective in telling the story and making you as an audience member a part of it. And then like the torture sequence where you have to mash triangle, I remember not being able to do it and like ending up dying and losing all my progress.
Oh, the con ending for you.
No, because you'd have to hit select, and I refused to hit select, so I would just take the hit and then get sent all the way hours back and have to catch up again. But all of those things, those are like iconic moments from that game that honestly I don't think any of the other games have one-upped yet.
But how do you guys feel about, like, Metal Gear Solid kind of introduced the, like, not hiding that it's a game of, like,
It breaks the fourth wall.
Press the select button to do this.
When you want to use the codec, push the select button.
I thought it was funny, like I would always make fun of it, but I kind of appreciate that it didn't dance around it. It's just like blunt, and it has the characters say that, you know.
I like that it breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. Like, it's very weird, and in Metal Gear Solid fashion, it's like that is... When I think Metal Gear Solid these days, I just expect, like, weird bullshit. And I kind of like that. I actually really like that.
Yeah, there's not enough weird bullshit.
チキンキャップ。
チキンキャップ。これ何なのか。
なんで。
まあ、チキンだからクリスマスと。
はい。
There's plenty of weird bullshit.
but like, in a good way.
you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor.
All right, Snake. Undress.